We're in southern Sweden with Volvo, and here's our first look of the refreshed XC90.
Okay, so this is not a full drive review. Drive impressions are under embargo till November 25th. You don't need to remember that. All you have to do is subscribe, then you'll get notified when our full-length video goes out. So we're here just near Malmo, southern Sweden, and this is the all-new Volvo. There's some things we just don't know yet. What is that?
We don't have pricing yet. That's going to come closer to the on-sale date. This will be released at the beginning of 2025. So we have the older model and its pricing, and we'll take you through that. I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of a price increase for this model with all of the updated features. The powertrains are carried over from the previous model. There are 2 gas models available in the US and 1 in Canada. The B6 powertrain is available in both countries, the B5 in the US. Both are paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. They both have a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with a 48-volt mild hybrid system, except the B6 is also supercharged, so it has a little bit more power. The B6 has 295 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. The B5 powertrain, 247 horsepower and 266 pound-feet of torque. Now there's also the plug-in hybrid, which is a T8 powertrain. It's a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, also with an 8-speed automatic transmission. It has an 18.8 kilowatt-hour battery and gets 53 kilometers, 32 miles of range. It has a combined 455 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque. All models standard all-wheel drive.
Well, if you're not aware, Volvo has just introduced an electric utility similar looking to this called the EX90. Now this looks a little bit like that model because they've modified the front end so that they have a similarity. The nice look is the new hood, a little bit more muscular, and the grille and the headlamps and the front bumper have all been redone. You notice the Thor Hammer's headlamps here, a little bit thinner, different grille design on the front. The nice thing about Volvo cars is they don't change radically over the years. So this is a car you can buy and hold, and it'll still look fairly modern and fresh as the years go by. So on the front, definitely looks like the EV version. At the back, we get new rear lamps, and down the side, there's wheels from anywhere from 20 to 22 inch, depending on which model you get. And speaking of wheels, there's a temporary spare tire if you get the gasoline model or the mild hybrid. With the plug-in hybrid, you lose the temporary spare tire.
So the interior also gets some tweaks. The center console got a whole new design. They've moved the wireless charger to the front of the shifter now to make it more convenient to use. There is a new shifter. This is crystal and it is exclusive to Volvo, so quite unique. They've also added a 2+1 cup holder design, so you can put something smaller in the middle and then 2 larger cup holders on the side. The interior storage space at the center is quite good. You'll find that in the gas model, it is deeper than in the PHEV, which we're in right now. That's because this is where the battery is stored in the plug-in hybrid. There's a power passenger seat with a height adjustment, standard heated seats, available ventilated front seats. The door pockets are quite wide. You can fit a good sized water bottle in there, and as well as some other little items. The glove box is a good size. You can open it with the button on the left of the console. There's new technology. Volvo has gone from a 9-inch touchscreen from the previous model to an 11-inch touchscreen. It has a new infotainment system that is quicker. The graphics are clearer and brighter. It's just a better system. You have less taps now to get where you want to go, so you can get there faster. Now, some might wonder, why didn't the XC90 get the larger screen that the EX90 has, the pure electric vehicle? And Volvo says it's because they wanted to keep the combination of buttons and hard keys, and then other features that you can do in the screen. The EX90, a lot of the features are now done inside the screen. On the driver's side, you have a standard 12.3-inch digital driver display. There's an available head-up display and an updated available 360 camera with a split view. And there's also an updated steering wheel. On this side, power driver seat, and then there's driver seat memory with 3 settings which are on the door. The seats feel really comfortable. They're quite plush. I always say that Volvo makes really comfortable seats. Volvo takes a lot of pride in the comfort level of their cabin. This refresh model has got 2 new materials, and you're looking at it in this plug-in hybrid. It's a leatherette interior, and it's called Bio Nautical. It's a leather-free option. You can get that on the base model and the middle trim standard. Available Napa leather on the top trim only. They've also gone with another material. It's recycled. It's called herringbone weave. Quite elegant and sophisticated. This comes standard with an 8-speaker audio system, available 14-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, but the real standout in here is the available 19-speaker Bowers and Wilkins sound system. And there are 4 different modes that you can pick. One of them that I really like is concert hall or even jazz clubs. The Bowers and Wilkins speakers have a new mesh design to them. So I think if you have the budget for that system, it's definitely worth the upgrade. There's a panoramic sunroof, and it is tinted. It has a full sunshade, and it tilts to open. It doesn't open all the way to about here, 3/4 of the way. But it definitely adds that light and airiness in the cabin. This comes standard with 1 USB-C port in the front and 2 in the rear seat, nothing in the 3rd row. This has an air purification system that's available, and it also has massage seats. So you get that real upscale feel and that luxury experience in this refreshed XC90.
Now this is kind of surprising. This is a 3-row SUV, and Volvo was kind of one of the first to come out with the very first version of this XC90 with 3 rows of seats. But even with the 3rd row up, there is quite a bit of storage space. You can put your groceries here, and this lifts up so your groceries don't fly around when these seats are down. And underneath here on this model, this is where you're going to keep your plug. Beautifully carpeted on the inside. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the 2nd and 3rd row seats. All right. I have these seats set for extra legroom in the back. I'll show you that in a moment. I'll slide them back and you get in. So the platform is carried forward. As Andrea mentioned at the beginning, this is an updated version. It's not an all-new model. It's been refreshed. But Volvo was really creative when they designed this vehicle initially. So the seats do slide fore and aft, and it has a set position. That's sort of the 4 position to give you a little bit of extra legroom in the back. Armrest as well. And you've got a 2nd seat or a middle seat that you can have slide forward. Say you had a car seat or a child in there, oh, there we go, and you wanted them a little closer to mom and dad, you could have that independent of these 2, which is a nice feature. So all of them come with a bench seat in the middle with this movable middle seat. But if you want just captain's chairs, you can get that, but only on the top trim. So you've got heated seats in the back, not ventilated. And of course, as I showed you, they go fore and aft, they even recline. These seats I find are kind of firm, but the legroom and the headroom is excellent. I'm going to show you the back. It's surprising how much room there is back there. So this is surprisingly roomy. What's crazy about it is you look at this on the outside and you don't even know it's got 3 rows of seats. When you move these to their more forward position, you still get good legroom there, but I've got quite a bit of legroom and good headroom. Yes, my knees are up, but you know what? This is really for kids, and it's really well done. Like, these are impressively roomy for this class of vehicle.
The plug-in hybrid also has a new charging port. It's on the driver's side of the vehicle. This has a 3.7 kilowatt onboard charger. I do wish that it was a little bit larger, but Volvo has stayed with the 3.7 kilowatt. It'll charge from 0 to 100% in 5 hours. It is not compatible with a DC fast charger. The plug-in hybrid gets a combined 3.8 liters equivalent per 100 kilometers. That's 62 miles per gallon equivalent. When the battery is depleted, 9.1 liters per 100 kilometers, 26 miles per gallon in the city. And on the highway, 8.6 liters per 100 kilometers, 27 miles per gallon.
Here's the fuel economy for the B6 engine, 11.5 liters per 100 kilometers city, 9 on the highway. That's just 20 miles per gallon in the city, 26 miles per gallon highway. Both the gas and the hybrid can tow 5,000 pounds.
We don't have pricing for this new model yet, but let's go over the previous model's pricing. In Canada, only the top trim is available at this time. The plug-in hybrid starts at 97,000 Canadian and the B6 Ultra just over 83,000 Canadian. In the US, the plug-in hybrid, there are 3 trims available. So that base model, it starts at 72,000 US, the B6, 63,000, and the B5, $58,000.
All right, so that's our first walk-around view of this updated XC90. It's a 2020 and a half model year. Kind of interesting. You don't need to remember when the full drive review comes out. All you need to do is subscribe and you'll get notified, and we'll tell you more about how it drives from Sweden.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.